Hi Class 2, I just thought I'd like to read you a story. Now I've chosen this story, Chimpanzees of Happy Town. It's always been one of my most favourite stories to read to my children. The author is Giles Andre and the illustrator is Guy Parker Rees. Now you might notice in this book as we go along that it's got a rhyming pattern to it. So as we go through, when you're at home, you can shout out those rhyming words. Okay, so the Chimpanzees of Happy Town. There was a town not far from here called Drabsville, USA, where all the houses looked the same and all of them were grey. Did you hear the rhyming words in there? So we've got Drabsville, USA, and all of them were grey. There were no parks to play in, there were no trees at all, and all the chimpanzees who lived there all felt very sad and small. Now Chutney was a traveller. He travelled far and wide, and he came home with a box one day which had a seed inside. He planted it and watered it and watched it slowly grow, until one day the mayor looked down and shouted, "No, no, no!" From way up in his palace he had spotted Chutney's seed, and now he bellowed, "Chop it down! Destroy that ghastly weed! You can't grow things in Drabsville, that is just beyond the pale. God seize that wretched chimpanzee and throw him into jail." So Chutney went to prison, where his cell was cold and bare, and the mayor left for his winter break to catch some country air. There he goes, look. But meanwhile, back at Chutney's house, the boy and girl next door said we must water Chutney's seed and make it grow once more. And with the children's love and care, it wasn't very long before the seed stretched out its shoots and grew up tall and strong. And Chutney from his prison cell looked out one day to see the leaves and flowers and branches of his own beloved tree. It gave him strength, it gave him hope, it made him happy too, until at last they let him out. He said, "There's work to do. Chimpanzees, this town is dead, these streets are all the same. Let's celebrate our differences, let's make it fun again. Let's make our houses colourful, let's pull our fences down. And while we're at it, why not change its name to Happy Town?" The chimpanzees fell silent, these were stirring words to hear. "He's right," they said, "that Chutney's right." And they began to cheer. "I'm going to paint mine pink," one said. "That's what I'm going to do. Then I'm going to climb up on the roof and paint my chimney blue. My windows will look fabulous without these iron bars, and the walls will be a symphony of flowers and hearts and stars." Then Chutney stopped and looked up at the palace of the mayor. "The children need a place to play," he said. "Let's build it there." So they pulled the palace down and built a playground with some swings, a roundabout, a rocket ship, and loads of other things. "Let's have a party," Chutney said, "with yummy things to eat. There were sausages and ice cream, there was dancing in the street." And everyone was happy now, except of course the mayor, who came back to his palace, but his palace wasn't there. "What's happened here?" he said. "Enough! God seize them, everyone." But the guards, of course, just laughed and said, "We're having too much fun." So they put the mayor in prison, where he settled in quite well, until one day the new mayor came and opened up his cell. Mayor Chutney said, "You see my tree? Well, now I hope you know that everything that we cut down will find a way to grow. And things will always blossom if we dare to set them free. It's no different for a little flower as for a chimpanzee." That's his lovely tree. I hope you enjoyed that story, Class 2, and hopefully once we're all back to normal we can start having parties in the street as well. I think that'll be fantastic. Okay, thank you for listening. Bye.